Once upon a time, in South Chicago, Illinois, lived a young girl who we all know today as the famous former First Lady of the United States of America. Her name was Michelle Obama. No single word can mention about the immediate former head of the United States of America, Barack Obama, without talking about the great Michelle Obama. But how did Michelle LaVaughn Robinson become Michelle Obama? What made her fame and influential personality in U.S. politics so grand? What is her early life, ancestry, and her amazing educational career? Did she really have a career as a lawyer and public servant before becoming the First Lady? How did she also help with the campaigns of her husband's two-term trail? What are some of her achievements in the office as the First Lady of the United States? And what was her life like before fame? It's time for me to answer all these questions and more, since this is ASMR, Aaron, back at it again with another daily video to help you relax. So lay back and enjoy the ride. I hope this read helps you get you through your day, or even better, I hope this read helps you gently fall asleep. I can't wait to get started. This is the tale of Michelle Obama.
Who is Michelle LaVaughn Robinson Obama? Several titles are behind Michelle Obama. She is an immediate former First Lady of the United States of America between 2009 and 2017. She is also a lawyer by profession and a wife to the former head of the United States of America, Barack Obama. She played a significant role during her time as the First Lady of the USA. She is also a writer and a university administrator. Top on the list of her mission in her position focused intensely on healthy living, education, and poverty issues. She has faced a challenging life from her childhood to where she is right now. All this is from her 2018 memoir entitled Becoming. She is truly a role model and a woman of character to many. She and her husband made history by becoming the first African-American First Lady and President of the United States of America, respectively. Her early life and ancestry. Most of us know her as Michelle Obama, but she was born Michelle LaVaughn Robinson on the 17th of January 1964 in Chicago, Illinois. In her early life, Michelle Obama was raised in South Chicago, Illinois. She is daughter to Fraser Robinson and Marion Shields Robinson. Michelle graduated from Princeton University and Harvard Law School. Her great-grandfather, Jim Robinson, became a slave in 1850 on Friendfield Plantation in South Carolina. After the war, he was a freedman at the age of 15 years. The maternal ancestry of Michelle can be traced back from her great-great-great-grandmother. She was known as Melvinia Shields, who was born into slavery as well in the same vicinity and sold to Henry Wools Shields. She was known as Melvinia Shields, who was born into slavery as well in the same vicinity and sold to Henry Wools Shields. Henry Wools owned a 200-acre farm in Clayton County, Georgia, situated around Atlanta. Melvinia later on had a son whom she named Dolphus T. Shields and was biracial. Her son was then sold into slavery in 1860. It is believed that the father of the boy was Charles Marion Shields, who was the son of the master of Melvinia. However, Melvinia was not willing to discuss the father of her first son with relatives or anyone else. Dolphus then married his wife Alice, and the two relocated to Birmingham, Alabama just after the Civil War was over. The two were the great-grandparents of Michelle Robinson. They had by then relocated to Chicago, but the other children went to live in Cleveland, Ohio during the 20th century. Her father, Fraser Robinson, operated a city pump in a water plant and was a captain of the Democratic precinct. He was born in 1935, and his roots are traced back from the Gula people in the Low Country region of South Carolina. Michelle's ancestry came as a result of pre-Civil War African Americans that were in South America. Her mother, born on July 30th, 1937, was a secretary who worked at Spiegel's. In later years, her mother resigned from her position to take care of Michelle and Craig, the older brother to Michelle Obama. She eventually became a full-time mother until her daughter Michelle joined high school. Michelle and her older brother Craig were separated by just 21 months. The two siblings were most of the time mistaken for twins, as they looked alike with the same body size. Together with their parents, they lived on the south side of Chicago. The siblings lived in quarters and used the living room as the bedroom at night. The living room was separated with a sheet to make two bedrooms. Her life indeed describes how she has overcome the narrative of impossibility. Her life cannot only be admired from the position she is right now, but also from where she has come. As a close-knit family, they had meals together. They also had moments of reading and playing together. Amongst the favourite game they played together as a family was Monopoly. Along with the family, they enjoyed visiting extended family from both sides. She has skills of playing the piano, which she acquired from her great-aunt, who was by then a piano teacher. They also went to the United Methodist Church near South Shore for services. During her earlier years as a child, her father experienced multiple sclerosis. This affected Michelle so much as she was growing up. This is one of the challenges she faced, but her father was determined to raise her as a disciplined child. Michelle's education and early career. Besides suffering from multiple sclerosis, Michelle's father wanted the best for his children in life. Through the experience of slavery in his life, Fraser Robinson was able to make ends meet and give his children a legal education. He emphasized very much about training for Michelle and her elder brother, Craig. Although affected by the illness of her father, Michelle was determined to make her life better through education. By the time she reached grade 6, she was enrolled at Bryn Mawr Elementary School, which was later referred to as Boucher Academy. She took classes in a gifted class and learned French as a language. She also did complete courses in biology. Michelle then attended Whitney Young High School in Chicago. This was the first magnet high school in Chicago for gifted children. While at this school, she was the student government treasurer. She was also involved in other activities at school, and this is where she met Santita, a daughter to Jesse Jackson. They were classmates in the same school. The selective enrollment school was in the near west side, while Michelle lived in the south side. It was not easy for her, as it took approximately 3 hours to get there. She overcame all the odds and perception of her fellow students and kept going. She also recalls going through gender discrimination as a child. Her achievements while at school were on a roll for 4 years, serving as a student council treasurer and acting as a member of the National Honor Society. She graduated as the class salutatorian in 1981. College and School of Law. Inspired by her brother, Michelle was determined to follow in his footsteps. Just like Craig, Michelle attended Princeton University, where she was enrolled in 1981. Her major was in sociology and her minor was in African American studies. In 1985, she graduated with a Bachelor of Arts. It is during her high school life that she got much discouragement, especially from her teachers. She had her mind set high, of which her teachers warned her, but she had her mind focused on achieving her goals. She took her brother as an inspiration throughout the course in her high school life. Her brother graduated in 1983 and got hired by Oregon State University as a basketball coach. He also coached Brown University. She overcame the fact that her parents never attended a college and demonstrated her worth. It was overwhelming for her in the first year, but she never took this as a weakness, but strength on which she became who she is now. Michelle also recalls a moment in time at Princeton when the mother of her roommate, a white girl, tried to reassign her daughter because of Michelle's ethnicity, but it was not possible. She says that this is where her race was tested and she became aware of it. She felt like a different person from the rest at the university, with her teachers and classmates trying to speak to her. At Princeton, there was an academic and cultural group that was created to support minority students. The group was known as the Third World Center, and Michelle was involved where she ran the daycare center. While at Princeton, she took the professional study. In 1988, she was awarded Juris Doctor JD degree by Harvard Law School. She had applied for Harvard Law and she earned the place because of her confidence. Charles Ogletree mentored her in her faculty. While at Harvard Law School, Michelle demonstrated the hiring of professors in minority groups. She also worked for the Harvard Legal Aid Bureau, where she helped solve housing cases for tenants with low income. She is one of the 3 First Ladies who have a postgraduate degree. The 2 other First Ladies include Hillary Clinton and Laura Bush. She says that education shaped her life more than she had ever imagined. Her family life. Michelle became fatherless in March 1991 after losing her father, Fraser Robinson III. He had died from complications from the illness he had acquired in the early years. Michelle described the death of her father as a hole in her heart. She also said that the loss of her father had given her a lot of motivation to live each day. She also immediately had to come to terms with the death of her closest and best friend, Suzanne Allel. She had died of cancer, which was during the time she was still recovering from the death of her father. This eventually acted as a turning point in her life. Michelle's married life. Michelle had vowed to focus on her career, but later on she met Barack Obama, and everything changed. Michelle had a chance to mentor Barack when he was a summer associate at Sidley Austin law firm in Chicago. Some time back, Michelle and Barack had a business lunch, which is thought to be when their relationship began. They also attended a community organization meeting, and Michelle was impressed by him. The two fell in love, and after a couple of dating episodes, Barack Obama proposed to Michelle. This was after 2 years of courtship. Michelle and Obama got married at Trinity United Church of Christ on 3rd of October 1992. This was a year after Michelle's father had passed on. Before the two got married, Michelle had a different opinion about their relationship. She thought that it was becoming complicated for them to have a relationship and get married, for their work relationship. During their married life, Michelle conceived but suffered a miscarriage. She then had to undergo in vitro fertilization. This played a significant role for the couple, who were then blessed with 2 daughters. Her elder daughter, Malia Ann, was born on July 4th, 1998, and younger daughter Sasha was born on June 10th, 2001. Barack Obama lectured at the University of Chicago Law School. The Obama family lived on the south side of Chicago, a home they chose to stay in even after Barack was elected to the state Senate in 1996, and later on to the US Senate in 2004. This was because of their 2 daughters. Michelle's career as a lawyer and in public service. In early years after her graduation, she worked at Sidley Austin firm as an associate. She worked in the marketing and intellectual property section, but later relinquished the position. She opted to pursue a career in public service in 1991. The city of Chicago employed her as an assistant commissioner of planning and development. By 1993, she acquired the position of executive director of Public Allies. This is a leadership training program aimed at assisting young adults in learning the necessary skills that are essential in the community sector. 3 years later, Michelle was appointed as Associate Dean of the Student Services at the Chicago University. While in this position, she was able to develop the community service program at the school. This was the first program at the university. She also worked as an executive director, Community Relations and External Affairs, at the University of Chicago Hospital in 2002. By 2005, she had acquired the position of Vice President at the University of Chicago Medical Center in Community and External Affairs. She worked part-time until her husband, Barack Obama, was inaugurated as the first Black American President of the United States. Besides this, she was a board member of the Chicago Council on Global Affairs, her campaign for her husband, Barack Obama. When Barack Obama took a step to vie for the top post position in United States politics, Michelle was by his side. Her first time to make a national audience was in 2004 at the Democratic National Convention. She made a high-profile speech with her husband by her side. In November the same year, her husband became the US Senator from Illinois. Her husband, Barack Obama, declared an intention of running for the presidency in 2007 as a Democratic presidential nominee. Michelle had to adjust her work schedule, family, as well as campaign obligations for her husband. Her mother, Marianne, also played an essential role during the campaign as she took charge of remaining with her granddaughters. 2008 presidential campaign for Barack Obama. During the campaign, Michelle used to be away overnight once a week. She campaigned for her husband 2 days of the week and at least managed to attend to their children as well. She participated substantially in the campaign of Barack Obama in early February 2008. Within 8 days during that time, she had attended about 33 events. The speeches for her husband's campaign were written by Michelle. She would then give the speeches without notes. The campaign saw her husband win the nomination in late 2008. She faced different criticism, and Michelle took it as part of life. She appeared on shows like The View towards the Democratic National Convention that year. The media widely covered her during her appearance on The View show. The 2008 campaign for her husband was her first appearance in national politics. By this time, she was not famous compared to other candidates' spouses. Her brother, Craig Robinson, introduced Michelle in her first 2008 Democratic National Convention. In her speech that night, Michelle focused on her hard work and determination philosophy. She reiterated that this is what they believe in as a family, and her family was the backbone of the American dream. In her speech, she also emphasized on being loyal to her country and that together with her husband, believed in delivering promises. She also believed in respecting other people and treating them right, even if your philosophy doesn't rhyme with theirs. This speech was received with a lot of positive reviews. He was also elected to become the 44th and first Black American President of the United States. The inauguration took place on January the 20th the following year, and he immediately took charge of his first-term responsibilities. The 2012 Barack Obama presidential re-election campaign. When the first term of 4 years elapsed, her husband was also seeking re-election in 2012. Her husband was facing stiff competition from his rival Mitt Romney on a Republican ticket. Michelle was again on the campaign, steering to get her husband re-elected once more. She made public appearances in the United States, making talks and delivering speeches. During the 2012 presidential re-election campaign, Michelle had gained more confidence as compared to the 2008 election campaign. She became more politically active in early 2011, although she wasn't involved in re-election, but discussions. During this time, her poll approval numbers remained above 60%, and this made her more popular in the Obama administration. Before the first debate of the 2012 election was held, Michelle had undoubtedly expressed more confidence in her husband. She reiterated that her husband had debating skills, and after the 2012 Democratic National Convention, Michelle attained a 61% favourable rating. CBS News, New York Times, conducted this in September that year. It was the highest percentage she had achieved since April 2009. She played a significant role by mobilizing female voters to vote for her husband in swing states. The same strategy was also used by the spouse of Mitt Romney, Ann Romney. The female vote showed that the two candidates tied at 47% of votes from registered female voters. Michelle's favorability ratings were higher, 69%, than that of Ann Romney, 52%. Her husband won the seat for the second term on November 6, 2012. Obama's rival in the Republican conceded defeat. Later on, President Obama made his victory speech with his wife Michelle and their two daughters by his side in Chicago at McCormick Place. 2009 to 2017, First Lady of the United States. For her love of education, Michelle Obama had representatives in various schools during her early months in office as the country's First Lady. She also made visits to soup kitchens and homeless shelters. She advocated for the policy of her husband and public service too. She was a host to a White House reception of women's rights advocates. This was to celebrate the 2009 Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act Pay Equity Law. It was a White House reception. The first term also saw her support for the economic stimulus bill. She visited the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development. She also made visits to the United States Department of Education, and it is during this time that she got both negative and positive criticism. The legislative activities she got involved in appeared to be political. Michelle Obama replaced her first Chief of Staff, Jackie Norris, with her best longtime friend, Susan Scher. Jackie Norris was moved to the senior advisor post in the Corporation for National and Community Service. She became Fascinating Person of the Year, named by Barbara Walters in 2009. As First Lady, Michelle outlined 4 primary initiatives. This was in her memoir, Becoming, and the 4 initiatives included Let's Move, Reach Higher, Joining Forces, and Let Girls Learn. She was also at the forefront in advocating for military families, encouragement of national service, and enhancement of the arts as well as arts education. Michelle Obama put much emphasis on the support of military families. She had time to bond with them after realizing the sacrifice they make. Together with her husband, they were merited with Gerald Washington Memorial Founders Award. This award was from the National Coalition for Homeless Veterans, NCHV, and is the highest honor usually awarded to homeless veteran advocates. She also received the same award in May 2015. In November 2013, Michelle Cottle published an article that referred to Michelle Obama as being a feminist nightmare. In the Politico article, Michelle Obama was accused of neglecting her position to advocate for issues that women face. However, the move met a lot of criticism. For the love of education, Michelle Obama was again seen at the forefront of a campaign for bringing back schoolgirls during Nigerian kidnapping. The campaign was held in May 2014, and she made a picture tweet with a poster in her hands and went by the hashtag Bring Back Our Girls. The birth conspiracy. There was a time when Michelle Obama claimed that Donald Trump was putting the safety of her family in jeopardy when he promoted a conspiracy theory about the birthplace of her husband. She was not willing to forgive Donald Trump when he pushed for Barack Obama's birth conspiracy. Trump had claimed that Barack Obama was a secret Muslim born from Kenya, which is the birth country of his father, but his predecessor released a birth certificate to prove he was born in the United States, in Hawaii. Michelle talks about her dancing skills. Michelle says that she enjoys dancing when there is time, but not in formal ways. She can dance at concerts or when with friends, and if the music is good. However, her husband is the direct opposite, as he is fond of dancing even in formal arrangements. Most notable speeches of Michelle. Some of the most notable speeches Michelle Obama has delivered throughout her career include the following. 2012 Democratic National Convention held on September the 4th. The September 2012 Democratic National Convention saw the then First Lady Michelle Obama deliver a mass-moving speech. In her remarks, she reiterated that every day, the people she encountered in her life had brought inspiration to her. She has felt very proud and has always been reminded that they live in a very blessed nation in the world. She said that she was highly privileged and honoured to serve the people of the United States as their First Lady. She also thanked the Latino community for the support they accorded her husband, Barack Obama. She said that her husband had the same dream about America he had when the two fell in love. She claimed that he understands the struggles American families experience and is determined to make a difference in their lives. She won the critical and public praise for her narrative, A Shining Moment. The 2016 Democratic National Convention held on July the 25th. During the 2016 Democratic National Convention, Hillary Clinton was the centre of the campaign, and Michelle campaigned for the former Senator, First Lady and Secretary of State. Hillary Clinton was by then running to be the nominee for the next American president. She won and became the first female in United States history to win a major political party's presidential nomination. Previously, Hillary Clinton had unsuccessfully vied for the same position, of which she lost to Barack Obama. Michelle supported her this time, and in the 2016 Democratic National Convention that year, she delivered a speech that backed women for leadership. She talked about how she fancied seeing her two daughters playing on the White House lawn with dogs. She related the same with the position Hillary was running for as the next and first United States female president. She campaigned forcefully against the Republican candidate Donald Trump's campaign, but he eventually carried the day. Her final speech as First Lady on January the 13th, 2017. The final speech of Michelle Obama as the First Lady of the United States was held on 13th of January, 2017 at the White House. Almost similar to the opening statement as the First Lady in office, Michelle exclaimed gratitude as the highest honour of her life, and that she was hopeful that she had made the people of the USA proud. She also made an address to the young people in America by assuring them that they matter a lot and that they belong. She encouraged young Americans to have determination, hope, and remain focused. She valued education and asked them to be empowered with the best training. She stated that with education, young Americans could build a country that is worthy of unlimited promises. The Obama Foundation Summit Speech, November the 18th to 19th, 2018. The inaugural Youth Leadership Summit of the Obama Foundation was held in Chicago in November 2018. She had time with poet Elizabeth Alexander, and she raised concerns about how many people express their views on social media. Michelle Obama was so critical on how anyone should show her mind, and that some thoughts, if given time, are not worth being revealed to everyone. This was thought to rebuke President Donald Trump, who is notorious in airing his views on Twitter, but Michelle reiterated that she was concerned about everybody. Michelle Obama also addressed the issue of sexual harassment of women. She encouraged young women to speak out during their early stages of their life against sexual harassment. According to the former First Lady, raising your voice as a young girl at an early age helps them to practice having a voice against sexual harassment. It is a process and practice that enables you to learn how to say no, stop, or Don't Touch Me. Michelle Obama is a true American stateswoman who served as the first African American in the history of America. As the First Lady, Michelle had many causes and accomplishments, many of which she is proud of. From a village girl in Chicago, Illinois, whose parents came from a lineage of the slave trade, and rising to be the first ever African American First Lady, who knows what her future holds? She might end up holding the top post of the political power of the presidency. Who knows? Only time will tell what lies ahead for her future, and all we can wish her is to live happily ever after.